Okay, a few more things to say about the fitting of strings to hammers, which improves the voice of the piano. I use an upright tool. This originally was a circle, and I just clipped it off a little bit. Allows me to go in, grab a shank, pull up the hammer to the strings. Some people, perhaps particularly those that do it a lot, have a talent for reaching into the piano and pushing the hammer up. But I find that it's kind of difficult. And anyway, I like to do it this way. It also slows me down. So anyway, I lift the hammer to the strings and pluck the 3 strings, and I want all of those 3 strings to have the same reaction. To, you know, if the hammer is touching, I want it to go punk, 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 whatever it does. And to have the pitch of those 3 be the same. A way to test for that is kind of interesting. I'm just going to choose a hammer that I've done and see if I can demonstrate it for you. So that is one way to listen to it, and they sound pretty equal to me. Of course, you need to be even in the way that you pluck it, and so maybe you try a couple of times just to make sure that you haven't given yourself a red herring. But the pitch of that overtony sound that it has, if the 3 pitches are the same, you probably got it right. But a way to fine-tune is to lower the hammer back down just a little. And so an advantage of this system is that I can mechanically hold the hammer so that it's up against the strings, and so that it's down just enough so that it picks up a little bit of the hammer but still vibrates. Okay, that indicates that the outer 2 ones, to me, outer 2 ones are a little bit colliding a little bit more with the hammer than the one in the middle. Using a thin screwdriver. Now, when I get down to where the plate is in the way, well, maybe I can't do it on that side, but I can certainly do it with the bass side string, which is muted a little bit more than the middle, center string, by going in over the center string and under the bass string that's more muted, and going like that. If there's any downward place for that center string to go, it encourages that. That's less likely, but also it gives me nice leverage for lifting the bass side string. A little bit more. Perfect. Now, the other one, I don't want to lever against the strings of the next note because I've already done them. But if I hadn't already done them, I could do the same process with the treble side string with the screwdriver bearing on the next note up's strings. But in this case, I'm going to use a stringing hook Now, a disadvantage I have at the moment is that I can't remember how hard I had to pull to change things before. Yeah, it definitely is. Now, you get tired doing this. And there may be a tendency to just say, okay, that's good enough for now. There we go. Yeah, good enough for now. Makes sense. You don't want to overdo it. The piano's going to be tuned again. And particularly when you get up into the treble, this process of lifting strings changes the pitch. So then you raise the pitch back up. It changes the level a little bit. There's a kind of a give and take. But anyway, this is a good technique to lift the string up, particularly if you have the V-bar here, or not the V-bar, the plate, in which you can stabilize the tool that you're using to lift the hammer so that it stays in exactly the same place. And of course, a validation of that is you go pluck, 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 pluck back to the first one and make sure it's still the same. And to get those three even when the hammer is just off the string or just barely touching, so you get this kind of in-between sound, yeah, it really fine-tunes it. So, hope that's helpful. And please like, subscribe, or follow the link in the notes to my website.